Now, there's an issue. There's another big story that's going on in Ohio, the Ohio rape case.
That rape case.
Yeah, the verdict came in.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
They were found guilty, huh?
The two, was it two of them or was it more than two?
Well, there are two boys that were being tried. And unlike Dr. Phil, these really are boys. They're 16 and 17 years
Malik
old.
Richardson and Trent Mays.
Right. It's sad that they're going through all of that, but there's so many indiscrepancies. Like you were talking about before, how different black people and white people are treated. If they both get the maximum sentence, which is to stay in juvenile till they're 21, the young black man is 16 years old. That means he's going to be doing an extra year when the young white man actually has more charges against him.
And they probably just threw the brother in there because they didn't want it to look like a white dude. They did it all by. They do that. It's like they got brothers waiting to be hand picked up. You know, like lawyers used to do this. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but lawyers would already have their witnesses ready in certain areas. Like they'll find an old woman who sounds sincere, and it don't have nothing to do with the case, but they'll just pay her to say, oh yeah, I seen so and so. Now people going, well, that's crazy. That's like conspiracy stuff.
That's amazing.
Happens every day.
Man, that's amazing. But wait, the greatest thing that happened in this trial, in my mind, have you guys ever seen Back to the Future?
Yeah. I remember
Okay,
that.
I think it's the first one when Michael, he had messed up the future for his parents, and he had to go back to get his parents to meet in high school so he would be born. Well, he had a picture in his back pocket of his whole family. Well, anyway, in the picture, every time he get closer and closer to the time where he had to get this done, one of his family members would disappear.
Oh, in the picture.
In the
Yeah,
picture.
because they didn't exist
And this,
anymore.
I'm noticing as I watch the news, the white guy, Trent Mays, in this rape case, is starting to disappear in my eyesight, in my mind. You know, it's like the media is slowly focusing, and pretty soon you'll think the whole thing was done by the black guy.
Yeah, pretty soon. That's a good point, Milo, because that's what they do. That's probably what's going. In 20 years, it's just going to be the brother that did the case.
Holy media stereotypes, Batman.
And they haven't showed the victim, but the mere fact that this is a national case tells me what color the victim is. You know it's a white girl.
It's two reasons I know that.
Okay.
One, and I was thinking about that. If this girl, they did not get her drunk.
Okay.
They did not give her a date rape drug. They did not put her in capacity. I'm not excusing what they did. Don't misunderstand. I'm not excusing what they did. They should be punished for what they did. But she has some culpability in that too.
Okay.
Most of the time, you can honestly look and say the victim has absolutely nothing to do with it. She's underage and was drinking. Her parents, where were they?
Oh, she was drinking?
Yeah, she was sloppy.
Now, you know what happened?
She was so drunk that she didn't even know that she had been raped until somebody tweeted her and showed her pictures of her being attacked. Well, not even attacked, because they didn't even have sex with this girl.
What kind of rape charge are they getting on her then?
They're calling her. They're digitally penetrating her. Are
you serious?
Yeah.
Digitally.
See, because I thought they raped her, but
your 10 digits, your fingers.
Yeah, but I was thinking like, well, of course none of us was there, but I was thinking like, well, maybe she was gonna give the cooch up to one person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he got done and called his boys in, and then they posted the pictures, and she got embarrassed and hollered rape, because you know how them gray girls used to do that to brothers, right? When she didn't want her daddy to find out she was sleeping with a black man.
They had to convince her.
We're going to.
I read in an article that not only did she not know it had happened, they had to keep showing her stuff, keep giving her stuff. Because she didn't even believe it when she was told.
Hey, but when they say digitally, you know what I was thinking? What? I thought they raped her with a camera.
I know, right?
Well, that's what they saying, because they took pictures and they violated her.
Oh, so that's the digital. Okay.
That and your fingers, they call your fingers and toes your digits.
Oh, that makes sense to me.
So,
but are you serious? They didn't penetrate her.
They did not have.
Is this a known fact? Because I don't know that.
I've read it in at least 6 different articles that they did not actually have sex with her. The charges are like sexual assault and then the pornography charges.
You know, if the black dude wasn't there, that's what would be in print, sexual assault. But since he's there, they use the word rape to make it more powerful. You know. And back to the victim.
If she had been a sister.
Here we go.
If the victim had been a sister This story wouldn't even be big news. That it would have gotten swept under the rug, or everything bad about her. Her parents' picture up there would be up there. Oh, she got her alcohol from her parents. They went and bought it from the store for. Look how did they do the young lady at Duke University?
Now that you bring that up, folks, think about this. I don't want to say how long the media has been in existence, but over time, there's only been 2 black women who been victims of rape that have went national.
Okay.
One was the case Essence was just talking about, the Duke lacrosse rape case, and Tawana Brawley.
Oh, man.
Now, think about this. Black women get raped every day, right? But the only time we hear about the story is when they can paint the victim negatively. That's the only time we hear about the story. And we never hear about a sister being raped with, I would say, I don't want to say an innocent look, but for example, every day some white boy is raping a sister in a corporate room. But we never gonna hear about that. You can go check the police reports, it's there, but it never becomes a big media story. On the college campus, a sister's being raped by a white boy, but you're not gonna hear about it. You may hear about a sister as a victim if her perpetrator is black.
That's incredible.
Name one case where a white boy was accused of raping a sister.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? I didn't mean to do that. Please, continue.
And they got history of doing this.
Wow.
So you think they're not doing it today?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Boy, y'all.
It's one more thing I gotta throw in there though, because it got to me, and I was really thinking about it when you brought that up about the young white guy disappearing. One of the things, and CNN has caught a lot of flack because they've been talking about the young men instead of the victim, and people tend to feel sorry for the guys because of the way they're writing it. They were saying how when the sentence came in, the fathers of both boys actually were like, "Oh, I love you, son," and it was a very tearful thing. What I noticed in 3 different stories was the names Malik Richardson and Trent Mays. You know which one is black and which one is white.
Okay, of course.
You got my name.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
right.
I've yet. I don't care how progressive you get. I've yet to see a white Malik. So you know who they are when you see those pictures. But then they started using just the last name, just saying Mays, just saying Richardson. So it kind of gets obscured as you go down. When you're reading the story, when you see, oh, his father hugged him, it was an emotional scene, the lawyer said, I've never broken down like that. All of those statements was about Malik Richardson and his father. But in every single story, those statements were close to a picture of Trent Mays and his father.
Man, the media.
Subtlety.
See that?
Yes.
They are something special.
And I mean, I'm just looking at it going, I'm astounded. I mean, you know what? It got to be 10 people in a back room somewhere thinking of ways to do this. It's not an accident.
That's
you
the thing.
Can't make this stuff up.
It's not an accident. They do. Matter of fact, think about this. Okay, we talking about the news. We talking about today. Since we talking about interracial and rape. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about the woman from Star Trek. Listen to what she say about the first kiss on national TV. The first interracial kiss.
I want to hear this.
Now. We talking about rape and all that. Now listen to what she say.
Uhura was an interesting character to me, and I fell in love with her. She'll take no nonsense from anyone, and she is a professional. The character was so strong. People from the South have told me that they were forbidden to watch the show because it was integrated. There was a scene that changed the face of television forever. We were being forced by these people who had tremendous kinetic powers to do their bidding. And the scene culminated in them forcing Captain Kirk and Lieutenant Uhura to kiss. Bill Shatner was just delighted. He said, I knew I'd get you in my arms one day. And so we did 8 takes. Because Bill kept saying, it doesn't feel right. I think maybe I'm holding her. Are you getting a good shot?
I can't even hold it anymore.
Wow, man.
And that is how the first interracial kiss happened on TV.
man.
Look how that sister telling it. That sound like rape to me.
I know.
She kept using the word force. How many times?
It's some unknown spirit pushing your head together.
I mean, we can look at that on so many different levels. We could be saying like they had to make it look like some outside force brought a white man and a black together. But then it's like,
that's incredible.
But behind the scenes, that's really what he was trying to get to anyway.
You know, she said that. What did he say? What did she say about Captain Kirk? I knew I'd get you in my
grasp.
I've been
you beautiful black chocolate piece of.
Yeah, I've been sleeping with green women all during this show. Now I finally get a black woman.
Finally get a black woman.
And it took 6 takes.
8.
Hello.
No, was it 8? Yeah, it was 8 takes. And so Captain Kirk,
he knew what he was doing.
You know
Uhura like Lay's potato chips. He couldn't get just one.
And you know what he was going by? The blacker the bear, the sweeter the juice.
My juice will give you diabetes.
Yeah. Matter of fact, look how she gets a little bit more serious, right?
Okay.
But I don't want to say real serious because she sounds so sweet as a lady, right? But you could tell she went through a lot of hell. What she getting ready to talk about now is what probably a lot of black actors and actresses went through back in her day. Listen to her right now.
Okay.
We would rehearse and it would be a beautiful scene. And then they'd bring down the rewrites and I had less to say. What would start out to be a beautiful participation became yes, sir, no, sir. I can't reach Starfleet Command, sir.
Damn, they wanted her to say, I can't even read. I mean, this is Star Trek.
Back in the 60s,
Yeah.
70s.
International.
And it goes to remember my Star Trek theory when I used to say, when I used to say, they never want black people to be black, especially the black man to be near them. They would rather take the black woman, which is not less threatening. And so I used to say, my Star Trek theory would be like, because they would rather take a black woman into space and not a black man. They had every male there, Asian male, Hispanic male, Irish male. But they didn't have an African male.
I always wondered that. When I was little, I say, Mom, ain't no black men on this ship.
Yeah,
it's just a woman.
Yeah, it's like when
they
you walk.
killed all y'all off before we got that far.
They started their plan then. Let's just get rid of all the black men.
So we see in the future.
Yeah,
that was
Star
the future
Trek.
back in the.
You can see it in any show today almost.
Amen.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the modern Star Trek, the one that came out like a couple of years ago. Uhura, she wasn't with Captain Kirk, but she was.
They got whores in space. No,
I can't help it. I'm Southern. Okay, I just
I
can't.
thought you said they got a whore on the ship.
A whore. Maybe that's what her name. They named that a whore.
Just caught that.
Man, that's some too conspiracy.
That's really.
stuff,
Yeah,
man.
we can't do that.
Milo, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
But in the modern one, she with Spock, and
She slept with Spock?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
yeah, Spock.
So wait
is
a
her man
minute.
in the modern
She done
one.
slept with Captain Kirk
But
and
she-
then slept with Spock.
Yeah, that was when they were.
And her
young.
name is Uhura.
Wow, we don't came on something right there. Man,
Are you serious?
That's amazing.
In case anybody's listening, this show is copyrighted. Thank you very much.
Hey, you know what's
Amen.
funny though?
Amen.
That we talking about the theory is when I really paid close attention to it is I dated a couple sisters, right? In different areas, different times in my life, in high school, in college, or whatever, and they lived in an all-white, an all-white neighborhood, right? They was the only black family in the all-white neighborhood, right?
Okay.
And the first time I was in high school, the sister had all sisters, no brothers. And they lived in an all-white neighborhood, right? So I didn't think nothing of it. Then later on in college, I dated another sister who lived in an all-white neighborhood. And she had all sisters.
Right, the same
So
thing.
I would start thinking like, wait a minute. Where are the black men out here? It was like when they went to go get their bank loan, the banker just sat there and went like, well, your credit looks good.
Yeah, let me see.
Okay. Yeah, you got a nice score. Oh, you got good income. Okay. Oh, and you have a black wife. How many kids do you have?
Sir, I have 3 kids.
So
I don't mean to dig any deeper, but is any of your kids male?
No, actually, they're
Y'all
all female.
funny.
Well, the youngest one is a boy, but we put him in a dress.
Well, you're denied.
wait, so you telling me Obama wouldn't be the president
Exactly.
if he had boys?
If Obama had a son, they
Yes.
wouldn't even let his ass in the White House.
He couldn't even ran for president.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, see, now
Right.
you start tying it in. You
Yeah,
know,
you tie it
that's
in.
just, I don't want to say conspiracy, but
No,
that's
but
just, it's just
It's
throwing it
under-
out there.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's just the white man's world.